Last time we had the Panda guys of Peters and Associates on the subject matter about ways to track spending and how, in the first step, is a rather understanding personal finance. And today, attorney Judah Sokolic, he is here, back to talk about the next step in the process. That's budgets. Don't turn off the channel. Don't worry. He promises he's going to make this easy on us.
He did. He promised just before the show started. Good morning, Judah. Welcome back.
What's going on, buddy?
Pleasure to be here.
Scout's honor. I like that.
I was a scout for a day.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. For a day.
Just for a day. They didn't want me anymore.
Wow.
Okay, budgets. The word makes some people cringe.
Yeah.
But let's really just tell me about it. What is a basic budget? Let's talk about it. Let's face this problem.
Yeah, head on. A budget is a plan. And whether we know it or not, we do it every day. So for instance, right, I'm on my way here this morning. I was a little bit late, I admit. But I was on my way here this morning. I budgeted how much time I needed to jump in the shower, have my coffee, shave my head, to get here, traffic, to get here on time. And although I didn't fully account for traffic, there was a little bit of traffic there, I basically made it on time. So it's a plan to essentially live out your day, your month, your year, your life. That's what it is.
People look at budgeting as being hard because it's kind of like looking in a mirror and pointing out your own faults.
Yeah. Oh. The introspection is difficult.
It's an introspection, yeah. It's not necessarily the easiest thing in the world, is it?
It is easy. You just have to make it simple. You know, anything we can overcomplicate. So the point is, start simple, start with something, and then you build upon it. So for instance, if you're just starting a budget, you're going to put a lot of the necessary things in that budget. So shelter, transportation, food, health, all those things. And then you can expand. As a way of example, if you're going to put something in there for transportation, maybe you just put car in your budget, and that takes care of the car payment, the car insurance, the gas, the maintenance, and then later on you can break it down and make it more complicated to really pinpoint where your issues may be. But just start simple. It shouldn't take any longer than a half hour to start with, and that will give you a basic guideline to build from.
This is good. It's sort of like just categories. Let me separate my spending into categories.
Yeah. First, we have to get an idea of what we're spending money on, whether it's reasonable, the amount we're spending, how much we have at the end of the month, and that way we can determine whether we need to increase our budget or decrease our budget or cut down on certain expenses.
Awesome.
With something like cable TV, that Sean and I both talk about frequently.
Yeah.
Now, why would you not put something like that in a budget?
Okay,
because it's a big expense.
It is a big expense because it's not necessary.
Okay.
You can get us over the air, by the way. You can get us over the air.
I mean, you guys are broadcast, right?
Yes, we're broadcast.
Okay, there. You know, all you need is a simple antenna.
Yeah,
that's perfect. But it's not necessary. So when we start off the budget, remember, we want to start simple. So what's very simple is just what it takes to live. The food, the shelter.
The necessities.
The necessities.
Okay.
The bare necessities. We have a picture of the essentials budget. This kind of explains what you can expect, what a bare budget should look like.
Right, and you see it's very bare, right? There's maybe 10 line items there, and if you can see it. There's 10 line items there that essentially say, hey, these are what you need to live, okay? And something like cable TV, you know, people
Your
can spend
$7 latte.
$120, $200 a month on that. You know, over 12 months, that's a couple grand.
So
that can go a long way.
You create a category for things that are unessential.
Yes, the non-essential things.
Would you consider internet to be essential?
Now, in today's day and age,
It's
yes,
getting there.
I do.
There we go. So, so your internet fun. By the way, you could stream us at VegasMorningRun.com. You're wondering, you can get us there.
Shameless, shameless. But yeah, I mean, all those things come into play, and you can build in the non-essential things later. First, you need to determine what it takes to live and see how much you have left over at the end of the month, and you decide what's important to you. Is it more important to eat out? Is it more important to, you know, take on an extra dog? Is it more important to have cable TV? Whatever it is. Yeah, I know sometimes people think that pets are necessary, and you know, it definitely helps the quality of life, but these are all things that are non-essential, and so we just need to understand what's essential first.
Absolutely. Gets out into the basic. All right, if I had to just live bare bones, what would it be? The cut and dry. Really, I think the goal is to just figure out where your money's going, because a lot of people, lifestyle creep ends up coming in. You might be making more money, but you don't see that money. You have to kind of step back and figure out where all this money's going to get a better understanding of how you're losing it all.
Well, or you know, or building it, right?
Yes, of course,
you know, But a lot of times people come in and say, "Hey, Judah, you know, I was doing really well 5, 6, 7 years ago. I had a pay cut. I lost some of my contracts, whatever. I don't have the same amount of money. I don't know how to live now." And it's because they never budgeted. Right? They had all this money coming in. They didn't have to worry about where it was going. Now, once that money gets a little bit tighter, they really have to understand where it's going so they can adjust their life. It's very difficult to adjust your custom of living, but that's what you need a budget for.
Wow, and you know, whether you're tightening the belt or whether, you know, you're making good money, gosh, you got to be aware of what is
pressure.
going on, don't you?
Yeah.
But it can be intimidating if you've neglected it for a while, and I've been in that boat.
Yeah.
You know, you think, oh, I don't want to face it. I'm afraid of what I might learn about what I'm spending. But you got to get in there and take that first step,
Because
right?
otherwise it's going to come back and bite you big time.
Yes.
And it's better just to know, because we can avoid a lot of issues. You can avoid even coming to see a lawyer, me in particular, or anyone about any debt issues if you just budget correctly. And that's what we want to do.
Judah, great having you, buddy.
Thanks so much,
guys.
man.
You're welcome.
Yes. For more information on the services offered by Peters and Associates, or the Panda Guys, we like to call them, visit the website on your screen. You can also find them on Facebook or Twitter, and we'll be right back.